Is using an outside aid, drug, or chemical the way to get spiritual enlightenment? Can it bring everlasting consciousness and spirituality? Hi, Awakened One. This is Rainy Maida Chang, spiritual teacher, ascension guide, Akashic Record consultant, and energy healer. First and foremost, as always, you guys mean the world to me. And so I am very grateful for this community, for this channel of spiritual awakening. And I want to welcome all of you here. If you're new, pop in a comment to say hi, and I'd love to say hi back to you. And if you always come back here, thank you so much. It means so much to us. And welcome back. I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of clients, with a lot of colleagues about spirituality and using some type of chemical assistance or aid to help someone get on the spiritual awakening path and to help open up their journey for enlightenment. And there's a lot of different feelings about it. There are some schools of thought that say that it's okay and that it's important and that it really jumpstarts you and it's really good. There's some schools that say that it's really not necessary and it's not really helpful. And there might be a little bit of a school of thought in the middle. Many of us want this spiritual awakening, this enlightenment. And so in order to get it, we feel like we have to use a substance to bring us to that place without knowing that what we need is inside us and that's it. Now that it's become a lot more popular, what is going on with ayahuasca and all of those type of tools and aids? I'm not aware of all of them out there, so please forgive me for that. From my understanding, it is a very big experience where basically you're purging and clearing and cleansing your body. And you go through this very taxing and exhausting experience of vomiting and of releasing any bodily functions from your body for an extended period of time. I believe it's a weekend that some people do this. And then they have these moments of enlightenment or recognition of something that they needed to work through or clear or a lesson or something like that. And it's kind of the similar idea with when you're doing an hallucinogenic like LSD or mushrooms or even marijuana, where it is opening up your right side of your brain. A majority of us are using mostly the left side of our brain, which is that more analytical thinking and thought process. And we do use some of our right side of our brain, which is for creativity and for opening up to see the world in a different way. And when you work with spirituality and opening up your senses to allow you to understand things from a different perspective, what happens when you're having an experience utilizing an outside aid, a chemical or a drug or something to help enhance that? And those people do have these big, massive, really, to me, it sounds and it seems very exhausting, but eye-opening experiences. And they can be very powerful, but it can also be extremely draining and taxing on the body. And what happens is you have this elation, this big magical spiritual moment when you're clearing away the stuff from your physical body. And then you get to touch it on this right side of our brain. You touch it for a moment. And then when you kind of come down, you crash down. You reach that peak and then you come back down again to this life that you're living in your normal everyday consciousness. It can be a very massive crash for some people. And also it can be very jarring because you have this really powerful moment of revelations and awareness and you bond with the people that you're with, etc. And then you come back down to your everyday life. And it's as if, well, now how do I go about my life? I had this experience that was really exciting for me and very eye-opening. I got to do it again because the monotony of my life, that consciousness of daily living, isn't as exuberant and beautiful and exhilarating as that experience that I had. So then people get into the process of wanting to do it again and again and again. And it can lead to a dependency to that aid, that external aid. And then it becomes harder and harder and harder because A, you want to do it all the time. And B, when you're in your everyday life, in your regular consciousness, you can't experience life at that level without the aid of that drug. People don't realize that you can actually achieve that state without any external assistance. So in our bodies, we have our third eye chakra, which is right here in between your eyebrows. And there is a gland called your pineal gland, which is behind your third eye chakra. And this gland releases the hormone melatonin, which is associated with your sleep-wake cycles. And this is to help you with your intuition and your insight and your ability to really enhance your spirituality. You can utilize and stimulate and activate your pineal gland in your brain to help you have more of this state of bliss and this powerful consciousness. Because doing meditations, visualizations, and breathing techniques can help stimulate the pineal gland, which can help you activate and secrete hormones, which can also help alter your state of consciousness. So if you activate your pineal gland with just simple breathing and specific techniques, you can actually change your consciousness and become more present and be in a more blissful state. So that bliss consciousness, that elation, this ecstaticness of when you see people that are like Sadhguru or the Dalai Lama or these gurus out there that are so at peace and in this state of enlightenment and consciousness, that's because they meditate and they do these very simple techniques of breath work to activate their pineal gland to then allow them to be in that state without any use of any external aid. So it's possible. And that's why it might be easier in your life, on your wallet, on your time, on your physiological system, and in just doing it in a more pure manner. Because I've found that people that do utilize those chemicals, what ends up happening is they want to do it again, and then they want to do it again, and then they want to do it again. And this addiction can actually be more detrimental than beneficial because the crash from it is so very hard that they need to get back to that state. And so then there becomes this crutch of, I need this. And it can be a gateway to need something harder and deeper and more powerful. So consider trying something as simple as breath work and visualizations and meditations to activate your pineal gland to then help you reach those states of consciousness that you really do want. You can do that with stilling your mind and just breathing and closing your eyes. Doing yoga. And yoga, I'm not talking about the asanas where you're doing all these positions and you're physically getting a workout. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what the true essence of what yoga is. It's that balance of the mind, body, and soul. And it's really going within to look within and still the mind and not interact with the mind. And speaking of meditations, I have a free spiritual awakening kit for you that I'm putting in the description box to help you focus on something if you're struggling with the 1 minute, 2 minute quiet silence. You can do all of this in your own being because it's all within you. We are all divine beings in physical form. We all have this ability to enhance our intuition, open our third eye, and communicate with the angelic beings from above, and to know that the universe has our back and is with us. We all have this ability, and I am here to support you. I am sending you a lot of love, peace, harmony, and joy. Bye for now.